Okay, welcome to the first of the pests for the 2011 exam. We're going to look at the player name validation. Almost a dead cert because there is a function called getValidPlayerName with one bit of validation in it that's just asking for some extras to put in. Loads of possibilities. Player name not the same. That actually came up last year. That a length check. In this case, I've said more than 20 characters, but it could be more than 10. Could be anything really. And there could be any number of format checks, but the most obvious one is that it should start with a capital letter, but you know, whatever. It could be that it doesn't contain numbers. The player name not the same, I don't think is going to come up, partly because it will be validated outside of the procedure, and partly because it came up last year. I don't know, it could come up. Don't forget that all validation works the same way. You need to look at the preparation pack for that and look back at your notes. But for this particular problem we could solve it either by having multiple if statements, my preferred option, or the one I'm going to show you at the first is to have big Boolean statements that sort of have all of the validation sort of wrapped up into them. So an exam question might sort of say, oh, you know, there's this getValidPlayerName procedure. Make it so that a player can't input it with more than 20 characters. So let's go to the code. So here's the current validation that the player name must have at least one character in it. It's not a blank string. So all we're going to do is we're going to add an OR statement to that, and we're going to use the len function, and we're going to see the length of player name is greater than 20. So we're saying if it's blank or length is greater than 20, then display this particular sort of statement. We need to also include the exit conditions for the loop. So that's what we're going to do now, and we'll just copy and paste it and drag it down to there. Of course, for the exit conditions, we don't want it to be less than 20. We want it to, if it's not less than 20, which of course would be, so not greater than 20, would be less than or equal to 20. So that's the exit condition. The final change we need to make is, of course, that we only want it to exit if both these things are true. That the player name isn't that, and the player name is this. So if we leave it as an OR, it would exit if either one of these are true, and that's rubbish because we want both to be true. Right, let's test this now, and we're going to start off by testing some erroneous data. So let's try that. Right, that's obviously loads more than 20 characters, so let's see what happens. Oh, lovely. It's not a valid name, please try again. So let's try a valid one. Smashing. And now let's try something on the boundary, but on the erroneous boundary, so just outside. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll make that 21 characters. So let's try that. Lovely. Let's try 20 characters. Right, that's 20 characters, and it's fine. So there I tried some erroneous data, some valid data, some boundary data the wrong side, and some boundary data the correct side. I guess I should have also checked that the empty string validation was still working, but I'm sure you can do that when you do your testing. And that is how to do the validation for the player name. Just simply stick in the extra Boolean statement on the end of the if and on the exit condition of the loop.